into this, Maokai is a ban that SKP are going to have to consider because I don't think NIP will first pick that Rengar again.
Yeah.
Because they showed that they can play against it. They showed that Kikis wasn't as scary as they had imagined.
Look at this already, though. NIP banning Thresh. They expect to first pick something very, very powerful here that they cannot give away. So they do not want to give Zaitan Thresh in the first round.
It looks like they might have to give up something like Twisted Fate.
Yeah.
But also, they neglected the Cinder ban this time, which they did in the first game.
Well, they didn't have to. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
in game 2 it wasn't even that scary.
Fox, it wasn't that scary. Exactly. So they're kind of just adjusting their bans mid-series, saying, this is what we want to play against, this is what we don't want to play against. And the Orianna. So Twisted Fate will be available right now.
So they keep 2 of those mid lane bans. Do you give them Maokai or Lee Sin? Is Smitty comfortable enough playing Riven? He did it before and it worked, but that was against a weaker team. Wow. Aurelia gets banned.
So
So they say you better first pick Maokai or you're screwed.
Yeah, exactly.
Laner, I mean, if he's giving enough respect to Watt to Fox, you play something longer ranged, something fairly safe in lane, and say we'll win elsewhere. Honestly, Freeze and Voidal have shown that they are winning 2-on-2 directly. And now that Cowboy Shard is Maokai, just like say, hey jungler, just camp top, make sure he's ahead, all just hide. I think strategically it makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does make sense. So he doesn't fall prey to Watt to Fox. He can go ahead and play a little safe, transition into late game team fights. I think it's a great strategy there from Alex H. The fact that he's picked that up is actually really big because it's one of those champions he had shunned for a long time.
So what is the comp here? The Lulu to continue for NIP? Honestly, I don't know just yet, but they're going to get Tristana just in case. Not contested, but they're going to grab that third time in a row for Freeze. Alex does the same. Rushes the Corki here instead of Lucian. Aziz thinks this change will be enough for them. Corki Braum, definitely a great early lane. Xerath comes through for Watt to Fox. All right, so a new sort of setup here for SKP. That's why Jarvan came out. They wanted to show the Tristana, make sure they could counterpick it. They got the setup now for Xerath.
So Xerath is a champion that whenever I talk to some members of SKP, I was like, I wish people would stop banning Xerath against us. And people did stop banning Xerath against them. So now Watt to Fox has the opportunity to play it more often, and we're going to have to see how good he is on it. So we've only seen it one time before, and he whipped it out near the end, I believe. Yes, it was near the end of the Summer 2, in the finals, actually.
Yeah, and hey, if you win, you win. So here's the thing. Okay, so Riven comes through, SK Prime, no surprise in that one. They did ban Evelynn. I missed that at the beginning. I started talking about playing Evelynn here, but I don't know even if you need to ban that, considering Lulex is the big Lee Sin main, but I guess they wanted to make sure he'd play that champion. Kikis feels good about playing his Jarvan into the Lee Sin here, and he thinks that'll work for himself. You notice that both teams hopped off of Rengar. They both first picked it, then they both stopped playing the champion and realized that it wasn't working for them.
Neither of them won with it.
Hilarious.
Yeah, well, find a bug with Rengar so EU Challenger can save itself. save them from themselves.
Hey, they've learned fast the North American LCS.
Yes, they dropped it.
It took these guys 2 games.
Dropped it like it's hot. They were out of there. And Lulex, he's going back to his old favorite, the Lee Sin. We talked about it. 702 games this season on live. Next most played jungler is Elise with 183.
Yep.
He loves this champion so much. And also the fact that Smitty, he has his little love champion, Riven, in the top lane.
Yes, he does. It's going to be...
Add on to the flowchart. Is it an important match? Play Riven.
No, still play Riven.
Still play Riven.
Doesn't matter.
Every time.
So here's the thing. Tie-breaking game 3 now. Winner makes promotion tournament. Multiple of these guys now on basically their favorite champions. It's the Lee Sin main playing Lee Sin, the Riven main playing Riven, and the Xerath main basically playing Xerath here. You got to see just how good it goes for these guys.
And Freeze, uncontested Tristana, 3rd time in a row. His stat line right now for this series, I think it's something like 14-2.
14-2-8, I believe.
Yeah, he has a ridiculous KDA going into just this series alone across those 2 games. One of them even being a loss.
Yeah. 7-2-2. You wouldn't think it's a loss, but it was. If Freeze dies, they lose.
Even if he doesn't die, sometimes they lose.
That's fair.
Yeah. He has had some deathless games where the team lost.
I believe it.
We see Smitty. This is a matchup that Smitty played yesterday, I believe, right? He played Riven
Yeah, he did.
twice.
He played it into Maokai before, and he won.
Yes, he did win this matchup, being hyper-aggressive.
Did you know? Ever since Freeze stopped being in a duo with Deficio, he's never played in the LCS. Deficio is the key to Phreak playing in the LCS.
You're blowing my mind. You're blowing my mind, Phreak. Maybe if Deficio watches Freeze's games, cheers him on.
This gets the moral support.
Still a support.
True.
He's just a moral support.
That's fine. I guess he has good morals then, Deficio?
Questionable.
Wow. Since when are we questioning Deficio's character? He's a great person. To my knowledge. You should question it.
I don't really know him that well, but
Neither do I.
He seems like a great guy.
Well, he's Danish, so
okay.
He's good for breakfast. It's tasty and full of sugar. SK Prime's coming out in the jungle. There's no Volibear in this game or Udyr. Lulex gets his blue buff start. Bit of a leash there from the Maokai of Cabochard. Opposite start here for Kikis, though, so they are not going to cross paths too early unless one invades. Ooh, but it means Lee Sin will be bot lane pretty soon. This could be a worry for SKP. They do get the early push once again. This 413 slightly nerfed Nami. Higher heal cooldown, slightly lower movement speed.
Yeah, 5 reduction on the movement speed, 1 increase to the ebb and flow cooldown at all ranks. You wouldn't think it makes a huge difference, but it does, because it also affects cooldown reduction.
It's true. Well, Smitty, Cabochard fighting back and forth here. Looks like Cabochard staying at full health, though. Goes in for the early trade at level 2. And look at the damage he just dealt to Smitty J, who wants to fight back anyway. But he's got to be real careful. Chugging some potions, getting some damage down.
Minion damage.
Cabochard lands another Q, though, and he heals right back up.
Yeah. Cabochard getting the better of this trade. This is the longsword.
Oh my gosh, he's going to die!
Oh my god!
Shields, jumps, flashes. That is not the fight SKP wanted.
Wow, Smitty on Riven. Here's the
he
thing,
might
though.
die. If he lands W, he's dead.
Here's the thing, though, is Kikis is right in the area. Cabochard, he could flash W this, but if Smitty's fast enough, he can possibly drag him into turret range. Lulex coming top, but also at the same time, Kikis is in that vicinity. There's going to be a jungle brawl coming in here.
Smitty's still got 150 health coming in from his potion over the next 15 seconds. It'll be a while. Lulex coming around the side. Smitty does not have flash, and it's a really slow route by Kikis. He will not be here in time. Here comes the dive. W lands. Smitty now under the turret, takes a bunch of damage. Can he get away from the Q of Lee Sin? He cannot. Lulex going to get the kill, but now Cabochard without flash. Can he get turned around by Kikis? He's going to flash EQ. He does not get into range, though. The slow's not going to be enough. They're not going to get anything for this one. First blood with no penalty.
Wow, and it goes over to the Maokai with an assist and a kill to Lulex. Lulex setting up his team for success, and they're showing why they picked this guy up as rookie.
He's doing great on this Lee Sin. What the Fox got to be careful if Alex Itch lands the W, does dodge the bouncing bombs. The guy's out of mana. Takes some time to regenerate that.
Yeah, he's Zereth. He'll just auto-attack and get a huge portion of it back when his passive is back up.
Look at this bot lane too. Freeze pushing them around. Early recall from Z's, who can only buy a Doran's and some potions. Freeze gonna shove the lane in, then recall. And probably actually similar build, to be honest, but...
Wow. Smitty comes back with nothing. He just gets some more potions for himself. No extra
down
combat
9 CS. Cabochard's got a Doran's ring on top now. He's a level above Smitty as well. Not good for SKP, man. It's already started going poorly.
Yeah, these summoner spells completely down for both sides in this matchup. Oh my god.
All right. Oh, Cabochard doing well. Double longsword now for Lulex's Lee Sin. And he's already looking back for the top lane. Aggressive pink cord to spot the jungle route. Does not quite grab Kikis here. He wants mid lane. Jarvan's going to spot him. Let's jump in. Q's going to land on What the Fox. The flash satchel. Is it enough damage? Summoner he'll use to keep What the Fox alive.
Smitty trading again with Cabochard.
And again, it's a level lead right here. Smitty not having the best time of his life. Ward clears attempted on both sides. Kikis going to defend his own pink.
Right on top of each other, too, so you can't see the HP. Smitty, though.
Wow, look at the damage from that rank 3 Q, though.
You can see his HP. The Arcane Smash doing so much damage, and it's also clearing the wave so easily right now.
He's got so much mana as well. Chugs a potion to be sure. Smitty has to recall back. He's so afraid of the dive from Lee Sin. It's more golden XP lost now. All it took was that one gank from Lulex, and Cabochard is crushing this 1v1.
Yeah, seriously, it's really just the margin of error against Maokai is so large. If you mess up once, he's going to regen, he's going to get a catalyst, and then it's really hard to bully him out of lane. It's really hard to deal with a Maokai. You need constant pressure, but if you pressure top, Dragons are going to go over to the other team. It's difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's a team effort to deal with this guy.
Well, Maokai's about to be level 6, though. And it's It's going to really require a lot of attention to get rid of a level 6+ Maokai. There's the ulti. Smitty still 4. Watch the bot lane. The harass still coming out of Voidal.
Lulex
can jump all the way into that front brush now.
Oh! Top. The toe!
He got spotted.
He walked out of the bush, too, a couple times on his way.
Oh, bubble up onto the Corki. Nice jump in by Zaitan, but this bot lane it's getting better and better for NIP. Smitty forced out of lane another time, but here comes WTFox and here comes Kikis. This gank could be mandatory. Stun's going to miss. Q's going to land. WTFox got to be real careful in this one. Ulti popped in, forced to flash away. Smitty still in the front lines. Kikis does not join nearly in time.
God, Cabochard right now, his damage output is immense, even with the ultimate and popping it very early on. Alex misses the pink ward, but he wants the CS mid.
He doesn't need to roam up anyway. Smitty's still down a level right here. Repeatedly pushed around by Cabochard.
And Arcane Smash is going to be up again very shortly. If he keeps landing them back-to-back, he's just chunking down Smitty, who's relying on potions right now.
19 minion lead. The Doran's Blade helping him a little bit, but yeah, he has to spend so much money on consumables there. No recall just yet for Cabochard. He's actually running a little bit out of mana, but he's got Catalyst soon.
Keeping tabs on this matchup here, Alex. Mid lane, doing really well against WTFox's Xerath. Yeah.
It's in range of the pink ward.
It's a long range.
It is worth pointing out, however, the difference in style of the junglers. How much Kikis is farming compared to Lulex. That's a 17 minion difference. Lulex will get 6 off the red buff regardless, but
this is something I notice all the time with really hardcore Lee Sin mains, is that they will sacrifice some early levels to make ganks happen for their laners so that they can do things like this and just bully people out. It's kind of a higher risk, but if you're very highly mechanically sound with Lee Sin, then it's not that high of a risk. You can pull it off pretty easily. You can make sure you make the ganks and make the correct ganks at the correct time. Like the way he showed top, just the right time, is pretty much a guaranteed kill when he went in.
And it was beautiful stuff. So now, back into lane, top lane. First time they have close to equal items. Double longsword, double Doran's Blade versus Catalyst and double Doran's Ring. Can Smitty win the fight now? Tries to get some damage down. Looks decent enough. The knock comes through as well, but still half HP. And forced to chug potions again to stay alive. He's facing up Catalyst and Sap Magic, but Jarvan coming around. Lulex right behind him as well, though. Red buff is on. There's the engage. He must have a friend coming in, and in fact, he does. Smitty pops the ultimate, but he's got to be real careful. Lee Sin shows up, gets the kill. Flag and drag gets Jarvan out of here, but Lulex is still on the chase. Q is up in about 2 seconds. There's the jump on in, kicks him into the wall, gets the Q, gets the kill, double kill Lulex, and uh-oh. You just gave the Lee Sin main Lee Sin.
Yep. They were banning it all series long, and instead they go for the Evelynn ban, seeing how terrifying that is, and think, oh, maybe his Lee Sin isn't as bad. Oh my lord.
It's worse.
It's worse. 3-0-0, 100% kill participation between him and the top laner. Again, this is basically the same story as last game. And Lulex showing that Ko isn't too missed on the NIP roster right now.
No, looks like they're just fine with this one. Lulex doing great, and look at that. They're camping for Riven's return to the lane. Smitty gonna walk right by that brush, rooted up in place. Big Burst comes out, does hop away, and in comes Jarvan for the knockup. Lulex gonna take some damage. Now can they get WTFox in time? Cataclysm used, Lulex flashes away from that one. Now Cabochard in the mix, and in
WTFox can't snipe him.
Ulti pops up, not in range of anything though. Cabochard does have flash. Knocked up one more time, no more Cataclysm. Alex Ichno coming in as well. Stun will land from WTFox. They're going to trade a couple of ultis, but the kill finally comes through. 3-1 SKP, 1,600 gold deficit.
Is that going to hit Lulex?
And it's not going to matter much because now Zaitan getting attacked, knocked into the air, pops the Glacial Fissure. The flash from Voidal keeps him safe though, and out goes Freeze.
All the lanes of NIP have been tilted right now in their favor. The bot lane, Freeze is getting going over the lane bully of Corki, and he did that with just some Doran's Blades.
Yep. Beautiful stuff now. Z is doing what he can with the Phage, but the lane has gotten worse and worse. The individual skill of NIP doing great, and Lulex especially making this game happen.
Looks like they got them low, and then they dove Zaitan down bottom when Z's went back. So good capitalization there by the NIP squad. Cabochard in the top lane, speaking of capitalization, almost had the Rod of Ages at 11 minutes in the game. 72 CS to 50. No Brutalizer even completed. from Smitty J.
Yeah. I gotta say, Maokai's really capitalized on those early ganks. It sounded better in my head.
Capitalizing.
It sounded better in my head. Now it's just bad. Alex Itch, ooh, goes for some harass on a Zereth. Gonna try to zone him out though. This Dragon could go to SK Prime. They're only down 2K, mind you.
Oh, Lulex.
Oh, do you? Do you try for this?
I'm telling him
Goes
go.
in. Oh, Lulex gets the smite, kicks him back, will go down. 407 gold shut down to Kikis, but that keeps the game.
But his body.
Hey man, it was more gold to NIP to be fair.
Yep. Oh man. But now that frees up Kikis to go counter jungle and do what he wants to do for a little bit. Smitty J though.
Smitty J gonna be a little bit careful in this one. Does get pushed around a bit. Cabochard controlling it.
Yep, Kikis just gonna counter jungle Wraiths for a little bit here. And man, that was actually a really good trade. If you trade one person for the Dragon,
yep,
even if it's this early on, it's still worth it at that point. The fact of the matter is they didn't lose anything on top of that. Like if they had lost mid turret because of it, or if they had lost bottom turret, then it's not worth it.
If SKP had gotten that Dragon though, they'd be tied in gold right now.
Yeah.
This would be a much closer game, but right now top lane Outer's gone down, the Dragon steal came through, NIP still up in kills as well. Ooh. This could be that third game for them.
This is really bad for SKP. You see Cabochard, he has his Rod of Ages completed 12 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. No Brutalizer still for Smitty. He's got potions.
A long way to go.
Boots, 2 long swords, and 2 Doran's blades.
Bottom lane Outer goes down as well. Ninja's Pyjamas now. 2 turrets and a Dragon for their global objectives.
They're capitalizing off the pressure on that top lane from Lulex, and just NIP's Alex will just roam up there, and look at this, the TP in, but it's going to be canceled.
Flash forced by Watt to Fox as well, so look at that. A lot. Continually lose by SK Prime. Smitty J trying to farm up. Engaged by Z's, just can't do much for it though. Slow and Avoidal, maybe that's enough. No. SKP can't find a way in this game. Lulex now looks for a blue steal.
Wow.
Never mind.
That was very questionable in that top lane though, because Smitty, he ended up losing his TP. If you TP to a turret that dies while your TP is channeling, it just interrupts it and puts it on cooldown. So he's gonna have to work with that, while Cabochard has his teleport available and he's ready to rock. He can go tilt the bottom lane, atop the mid lane or something, because he already took that top turret.
And it's just the map opening up more and more for NIP. Freeze pushed away, nice 2-man tidal wave though. Bubble onto Z's as well. Zaitan pops the Unbreakable.
There's the TP I was talking about.
Teleport in for Maokai. No answer available for Riven. Zaitan pops the ult. Good flash by Cabochard, but can they maybe make this happen? Hop over the wall for Lulex. Slow's going to land as well. Z's got to be real careful on this one. No turret to run to. Kick back. Q's going to land. Lulex gets that kill by himself. And now Kikis wants to retreat for this one, but Cabochard says no. Chases on in. More slows available thanks to the Tidecaller's blessing of Nami. They get the kill onto Jarvan. Lulex gets away from Watt to Fox, and man, this game is breaking apart.
Man, meanwhile, Cabochard gonna try to get back in there. Freeze on Watt to Fox.
Lands the first auto attack slow. Watt to Fox gonna be really pained on this one. Bubble will land on Watt to Fox. That is a nearly dead Zereth. Flash in, the Unbreakable shows up and saves his life though.
Wow, and meanwhile, during all of this, Alex has been pushing the top lane against Smitty J.
And that turret's at half HP. I think Alex wins the duel, by the way.
He's going back to being a top laner. He's had
enough.
He's sick of this mid-meta with Ziggs. Back to top lane.
With Ziggs.
Yes.
Close enough.
Hey, it's top Ziggs, not mid Ziggs.
That's true. Different type of champion.
Yeah.
All right.
Hated the mid-meta, now it's the top meta.
So SK Prime have been out-jungled now a couple times in a row. We've been complimenting Kikis for months straight now.
Yeah.
His gank pressure is usually good, his calls have been good, but it looks like Lulex has a much better time here.
There was kind of a choke earlier from the Riven, from Smitty J, that allows Cabochard to have this TP advantage that allows him to eventually get there, but Lulex thought this play ahead and heads off Z's. This is really big because Cabochard, he's eventually going to close this distance and get onto Kikis and actually get dragged all the way towards Zaitan. Really, really big play there, Cabochard. And Kikis actually overstaying and allowing the Twisted Advance to land.
So it's worth pointing out, I have not seen an ult actually come out of What the Fox. I've seen him press R and then say, no one's in range, never mind.
You see that What the Fox skill shots there at the end? He's too tanky.
He's trying.
He's too tanky. We can't kill the Nami. He's too tanky.
It's true. She's slippery. Get away from it all. But yeah, so Lulix has done such an amazing job of setting his teammates up. His Lee Sin, his Evelynn, stopped playing Rengar, started killing everybody. Worked really well. Set up Cabochard impeccably. SKP did not respect the first pick Maokai. I think on their side, I would probably rather ban Maokai than Evelynn.
Yeah, they didn't ban the Maokai game 1, and they ended up getting it for themselves on SKP's side.
Yeah.
So that was really the surprising thing. But then coming into it and seeing the Rengar play from both players, you know they aren't going to first pick it again or even pick it at all. So they're like, well, let's try it and true and test it. Let's go with the Maokai.
I don't even know why you ult there, Zirene. I don't, like, SKP just doesn't seem to be playing their game anymore.
Yeah, it just seems really scattered right now. This is not the calculated team that we saw in game 1. Taking advantage and just run away with it and have a solo kill in the mid lane. What the Fox.
I think they do embrace Riven and just say split push the entire game. Ignore team fights. Like, you don't contest this here. You just split push lanes. You try to go to the late game. No, they're going to go for the fight anyway, though. Right into the Maokai. There's going to be the knockup. The engage comes in, but they've got to be real careful on this one. There's the Cataclysm. There's the Maokai ult as well. And maybe that's enough damage. No, double kill for Maokai, but maybe Z's can do enough. SK Prime can maybe actually win this fight after all. They're going to chase NIP out of this one. Zayt into the front, lands it slow onto Alex Hitch. What the Fox, though, going to take some damage, has to flash away. Z's puts the phosphorus bomb down, stun onto Lulix. 1Q away, they kill it. 2 for 2 so far. I'm wrong, that fight was great.
And Alex, he's still chasing. He still has some bouncing bombs left. Oh!
Z's wants in, forces the flash away from Alex.
It's a 2 for 2 in the overall. Both top laners and both junglers down. So the Dragon is kind of a non-issue for a couple moments here.
But look at that poke.
Ooh. Landing those skill
Boyle
shots.
can heal, but he's almost out of mana.
Yeah, and actually Zaytan's in a really good spot in terms of mana. He can go ahead and poke people, or at least set up his Winter's Bite.
And looks like it's going to be Kikis coming in before the Lee Sin of Lulix does. So this could be a quick Dragon to SK Prime. Yep. They've got to respect the Maokai, though. Riven is coming down. She is
Mega
here.
Inferno Bomb's up.
Oh, but there's the ulti in for the Zereth as well. They're going to lock up Alex Itch. Almost enough damage. He gets the heal. The Q's not enough. In comes Smitty. Knocked back, but the Lizard Elder of Kikis is enough to claim the kill. That is Alex going down. Cabochard waits in the wings, though.
Wow, the Mega Inferno Bomb was up. Alex didn't have, actually, eventually used it just on the back line.
Boydo's caught as well, though. The stun from What the Fox, and suddenly the Zereth has come online. 3-0-2.
Wow, and now it's only 2.8 thousand gold dividing these two teams, and it looks like the Dragon might just go over to SKP and make that gold even shorter in terms of margin.
Oh, he stunned up.
Oh, we got
pushed him around. Looks like there might not be a Dragon Steel available. Puts the ward to hop away. What the Fox might have to respect this engage, though. Smitty J wants to push him around. Looks like that will happen. Smite is up for Kikis. That will be Dragon. SK Prime back to 1,500 now. And the willingness to fight actually paid off right there. I'm so surprised, but it worked.
Yeah, now it's about 1.6k gold between these two teams. SKP, they have some life in them now. They're able to deal with this NIP team fight. And actually, during that entire back and forth, Smitty was able to get 2 rounds of his ultimate off, and now it's up again a 3rd time because he has Ionian Boots of Lucidity and a Brutalizer already completed.
25 CDR.
Finally completed, I'll put it that way.
And more with Mastery. Smitty, actually a level up on Cabochard. At one point, it was 4 versus 6, I believe.
Yeah, and Smitty just plays so much Riven, and if he gets camped, he usually knows what to do in those situations. The teleport flub was a little uncharacteristic, but now the fact that he's back in the matchup, he's got a level advantage, and he was very relevant in that last fight.
He's up in CS. He was able to team fight against a Maokai. He's up, equalizing the turrets here. Quick Baron check. Not good ward coverage there for SK Prime, but Death Cap now comes in soon for What the Fox. And actually, compare these mid laners, What the Fox is much farther down in build. He'll get Death Cap before Alex.
Yeah, because he has those 3 kills and 2 assists to his name, even though the CS is pretty close. So a lot of the gold is actually focused on this mid laner, and the junglers is kind of even, except that Lulix has a little bit more.
So SK Prime They've now traded 1-for-1 in Dragons, but SK Primes is later, so it was worth more. They're still down 2 turrets, they're still down 2 kills.
Only 800 gold, though. 800, 900 gold dividing these two teams.
Yeah.
A tense game. The winner of this promo tourney, the loser has to fight against another team.
And the winner arguably becomes the best challenger team, the one that no one wants to face.
That's a rematch of the finals, and Lulex, he's going in.
Kicks back Zaitan, and down he goes, but Lulex will lose his life for this one. Zig's ulti drops back Z's, though. And Alex is still forced to run Cataclysm, use Summoner Heal pop, then here comes the Riven. Can't land the CC, but maybe they can get Voidal. Yes, they will. Double kill for Z's Corki. 3, 1, and 3. Poke comes out of Watt to Fox, pushing him away. Cabochard pushes top.
Speaking of being the best challenger team, we see both of these teams making cases for themselves. Lulex with the kick backwards, and then the entire team with the collapse, and Smitty with the follow-up. Gets the last Whisper as an item. So go ahead and increase his damage output versus Cabochard, who's just continuing to split push here.
Now guy's becoming a very scary tree. I'm trying to figure out what he's going for. He has Warden's Mail and then also a Ruby Crystal. Might be some more MR, an early Spectre's Cowl because of the Corki and Xerath damage. The one good thing about so here's one thing actually I need to not underrate in terms of facing a Maokai. Maokai is like Mundo in that he is of course innately tanky with the ultimate, but one of the big parts of his tankiness is the regen from his passive.
Yes.
The faster you kill him, the less total tankiness Maokai has. By having a 3-threat comp and a very bursty 3-threat comp with Riven, Xerath, and Corki, and even honestly Jarvan can help, you can remove Maokai reasonably early on before he gets some real tank items.
Yeah, you have to do it very quickly, but you also have to make sure that you don't do it while Zaitan's using Unbreakable in front of him. Because you're going to use too many abilities and not have enough to follow up on these squishy members afterwards. Like that's the thing here, is if Zaitan is right along... I'm sorry. Why did I... bleh. Zaitan's on the other team. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, Voidal, like if Voidal exhausts Smitty, that's gone. If Alex knocks back Z's and he's not in range anymore, those opportunities go away.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So if there was
they've got a shield, they've got a
heal,
and a Mikhail's coming soon.
Exactly. So they're able to just keep him a little bit healthier. But at the same time, there's so many rapid spells that come out from this team composition of SKP. You have very low cooldown spells here. As long as Cabochard is auto-attacking, he will be tankier because he's a regen tank in that classification. And yeah, my brain just got really...
We had one of those yesterday.
There, yeah.
We had a Maokai Braum not long ago.
Maokai Alistar, Maokai Braum.
Oh, God.
These really tanky top laners with tanky supports that arguably even make that top lane tank tankier.
Yeah.
Braum does it. Alistar gives him a little bit of healing.
Just the fact that you just soak up some of the hits sometimes because you have threat yourself. Like Voidal can give him 180 health, but the fact that you're actually going to take hits and CC the back line, you're removing damage from the equation.
That's actually a really good thing now that I think about it. The fact that the point I was making about Zaitan on Braum.
Yeah.
Granted, he's not on the same team as Maokai, but he's around a lot of squishy members of his team. If they start getting focused when Unbreakable's on, then he'll reduce the damage that they end up taking for a bit of a duration. Maybe that's enough time for them to get to the Maokai and burst him down.
The thing is, he'll block every bit of damage that freeze and everything but the ulti that Alex can do. NIP are only running 2 threats. They're relying on their tank line of Cabochard surviving through the onslaught. But Zaitan's going to absorb every bit of damage Alex deals. And every bit of damage that Freeze deals. And that might just be enough for them as Smitty tries to wreak havoc here. SKP have certainly caught up there. Dragon's up in 15 seconds. These guys have been pretty unwilling to fight since then, and we're back to an equal gold game here.
It is exactly equal here between these two teams. NIP's up a kill, but 2 more turrets for them. And now, this next Dragon is going to give somebody a bit of a gold lead, and then can they capitalize on that afterwards? Smitty, not in the fight yet.
Oh,
Voidal chunked.
Half health, can slowly heal himself. Cabochard takes a Q. And the thing is,
coming around.
There's nothing for Cabochard to heal off of right now, so... There's a pink ward in front of him, though. Clear that away, more vision removed. And this actually, the fact that he could flank might be enough to make NIP run away. In fact, they're going to go mid lane. They're going to go mid tier 2 right now.
The fact that a lot of these members...
Nice.
Squishy, we're going to have to see what happens here. Cabochard Oh, they catch Alex.
They want the Zaitan goes in the front line. There's a 10-way back as well. Cabochard is going down rather quickly.
Wow.
He does fall down without getting to auto attack on anybody. Freeze now separated. Alexich drops as well. Ulti's going to come out. Freeze taking some damage, but Voidal's locked up. That's going to be a kill double for Smitty. 3-0 from mid-tier 2.
This is the Riven that was getting camped in the early game and shut down. Smitty comes up big in this last team fight, and Cabochard, exactly what happened and what we said would possibly happen to him is just get blown up by this multi-threat comp. And that's going to let SKP go straight for this Baron.
And man, honestly, NIP's, Lulex, yeah, has to respect Dr. Fox. The thing is, he has stolen every buff he has tried to steal from Kikis this game. He's stolen a Baron, he's stolen a Dragon, but he is zoned away so far and actually soloed out by Wat de Fox. Ward hops over, tries to come in. Oh, he nearly got it.
He didn't get his smite off. He got his flash off. He almost got his smite off. As soon as he entered the pit, Kikis had used his smite and they picked him up. It was a risk, but he's willing to take it.
Oh yeah.
Didn't come up big, but it looked damn good.
Kikis landed his smite finally in the most important time of this series. And now they're going to get the Dragon for their efforts as well. SK Prime really turned around a horrific early game, and they're looking good.
They hit Alex with this Glacial Fissure, and while he's locked up, look at that, unbreakable. None of that backline's going to be taking any damage for a bit. And then it goes off, but by the time his unbreakable wears off, Cabochard's already dead.
Yep.
And that's a huge thing. They got the main tank of the NIP team off the field, and SKP themselves in a position to possibly end up with that spring promotion or tournament spot already without having to play that extra game. Like Wat de Fox right here, he does miss all of his skill shots, but he sticks to this saying, I can't let Lulex in. Chunks him down, lands a stun blindly, and almost gets Lulex. Lulex ward hops, gets close enough.
Look a little
Flash
Q. He's in range too.
Almost.
The thing is, that was blind. He had no vision. I don't know if his Q would have seen Baron.
I believe he did have vision. There was a ward.
There was a ward?
In the bottom right of.
Oh, okay, okay.
I believe.
I think that was SKP's ward. I think.
I believe it was, like, there was a ward there next to it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I just, like, completely forgot. Either way, he tried. He was in range. That was very nearly the hero steal.
So close. So close.
Oh. Knock up. Good damage. So I wouldn't be Challenger Series if I wasn't critiquing AD carry builds. That sucks.
I was told there was a ward in the pit.
Okay, I was wrong and you were right. First time for everything,
I'll relish in this moment.
Like a hot dog.
Hold on, guy. NIP, SKP, just stall the game out for 30 more minutes. I need.
Go ahead, rant about how much you're right now. Go ahead.
You know that time that he jumped in the pit and he thought he didn't have vision?
Yeah.
He was blind.
He totally had vision.
He is Lee Sin, so it was a blind attempt, but anyway.
Wow, the puns too. You really are me today.
All right.
You're right about things and making jokes. This is great.
Hope my hair doesn't go.
At least I can grow a beard.
Yeah, that's true.
At least people like me.
All right.
Okay, SK Prime, 5,000. That's far enough. We're good. I got the last lap in, so now we're back on topic. SK Prime, 5,000 gold up. Zero's only popped. Alex forced away. Good spam coming down. 300 health left. That is a turret. SKP ready to take this third game. A pretty large comeback in the mid game.
Alex has to go all the way back to the base. He used his Mega Inferno Bomb to help clear a wave out. So now they're ready to fend off this siege. This is where the Ziggs pick comes in handy for stalling.
Can they do it though? Baron buff SKP, full of plenty of poke. Z's comes in, damage under the turret, Cabochard in the front lines. It's getting chunked, the stun's gonna land as well.
Wow.
He really wanted to clear that wave.
Alex and Voidal's positioning this entire series has been really questionable. I keep seeing them walk into charm range, into stun range, into glacial fissure range.
Yeah.
There are a lot of skill shots that should not be landing on these two people who should be part of the back line.
They've played at Worlds.
Yes.
They were a top 8 team at Worlds last year. That was Voidal on that team, on that roster still, right? Like, I'm not making things up.
Season 3.
Yeah. Gambit in the group stage. They made it. They lost to Sword, if I'm not mistaken.
Sounds about right. Not 100%.
2-1, I believe.
I don't know. Maybe Phreak's right.
They beat Ozone
Ah.
in the group stage.
Yeah.
It was them and Fnatic.
Ooh. The European teams did show up pretty big.
They did pretty good.
Stage. They did a good job. This guy went to semi-finals of Season 2 Worlds.
Yep. True. Lost to the eventual champions, TPA.
No. They went they didn't go to semi-finals.
The Gambit didn't?
No.
Am I like... Are you sure? Did I just like miss something horribly? Am I like completely off?
Oh god, no. I'm just trolling you.
Gambit and TPA played semifinals at Season 2 Worlds.
And then the other one was Azubu Frost and CLG EU.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Why are you trolling me when I'm right about things?
Making you question yourself. It's
Yeah,
good.
I've realized
See,
that.
if I'm right once, then everything I say, you're like,
suddenly
really?
I have to actually
Really?
respect
Really?
you for once. It's not me the casting dynamic work. You actually disagreed with me about off camera about SKP should be camping for top lane because as you're talking about, like Smitty J is actually recovering without any of the camping. Now jumping in onto Freeze though, got to be a bit careful there. Kick is taking some damage. The battle begins. Cabochard on the front line. Ulti is in the middle of everybody here, and he's going to get a shutdown into Corki. They trade back onto Lulex. Now Zaitan.
Wow, it's a bloody fight.
There's the flash. Freeze is still largely untouched. Waterfox zones him out. Cabochard is going to stay alive.
You got to reset.
That is a 3-for-1 so far. Out goes Kickers from Waterfox. Low health bars though. Ooh. There's Freeze. Oh, there's a ward. They see him.
They know where he is. The
Flash stun, the W, the Q, the shutdown. Good kill, Watt2Fox, and he gets that with style.
Wow, so it ends up being don't even know the numbers right now.
3-2.
Because Cabochard, oh my god.
He lived.
He's back. I thought he died, but nope.
He completed some more items.
For 2 there. And it's going to be a Dragon that goes over to SKP. They now have a 7,000 gold lead. It starts off with Freeze getting ultimated, but he ends up flashing out. You can't drop the Cataclysm while you're up in that bubble. So the amount of damage that started to come through and the amount of collapse from NIP and the time they had was about 3.5 seconds. So they end up collapsing. The zoning from Watt2Fox is actually perfect here to keep Freeze off on the side. Freeze goes a little too far forward. They see him with a ward, but Watt2Fox, the flash E, the flash stun to just line up all of his abilities at the same time.
Yep.
That is so much burst.
The fight actually almost went better for SKP as well. Smitty was a half second away from landing killing blow on Cabochard before Freeze knocked him out. Even though you had this perfect engage from Cabochard, and to be fair, they still won that fight 3-2. It is really close between these teams.
Yeah, it is really, really close between these teams. And you were saying, we were talking off camera about how SKP, I think they should camp the mid lane and get him going.
Yeah.
Not the top lane. They should kind of sacrifice the top lane. And
Right.
they did kind of that.
They did.
Like, Lulex focused top lane, but then that allowed Kikis to make some plays mid, make some plays bottom, make some plays around the Dragon area. And now, the Baron area is where everybody is sitting around. Cabochard, no flash, but has TP. Same situation for Smitty.
There's the reveal used up by Freeze, but this Baron is dropping half HP. Lulex is around the sides, 3,000 health, 2,000 health, 1,000 health. Can they get it in time? Oh, man, Lulex was nearly in range, but Glacial Fissure stops it. That is a Baron picked up by SK Prime and a Lulex kill as well. Voidal also goes down. Smitty does whatever he can to get some more for this one, but it's still a 2-for-1 so far. Now Cabochard on the wrong side of the fight goes down to Watt2Fox, 3 kills and a Baron for SKP.
For only Smitty right there. And Alex, they may get even more off of this.
That's going to be more slows coming through. Satchel to get him over the Wraith Wall. Nice move by Alex there. But 4 versus 2 for 20 seconds.
Yeah, that might be a middle inhibitor here for SKP.
The difficulty is there are no minions, and Freeze has done a very good job so far of defending turrets like this.
The Zaitan, you can't really deal with the Unbreakable. It's going to redirect all of the damage to him. And they're going to get themselves a turret.
All right, so there we go. That's going to start up, and now Inhibitor will fall. Pops the E for some attack speed, and now an Inhibitor. SK Prime now up 11,000 gold this game with only a +4 kills.
And I want to talk about Z's because you haven't talked about him for pretty much all game. He has a CS advantage over Freeze, and he didn't lose the lane this time as badly as he had before. And he transitioned into the late game. Smitty comes behind, instantly blows up Voidal, and keeps Freeze occupied as well as another member of NIP. So perfect play there from Smitty with the flank. Didn't even use his TP.
Gorgeous stuff, man. SK Prime doing some good, very good things, to be honest. Teleport advantage now there for Smitty, plus that Baron. And let's see now what they can do. Is this the game-winning push in the makings here? SK Prime have had such an amazing mid-game. I was criticizing their shot calling from behind for a little bit last game, but it seems they got that one good dragon fight and then never looked back.
Yeah, and Smitty, he was shut down in the early game, but check it out. He's 3 levels above Cabochard right now.
Wow.
That is freaking incredible.
He's up 60 CS as well.
What?
I don't know why he played Mundo last game.
How, Smitty, how? How did you do that? He has just been off on the side farming and then just being a part of these fights. I mean, granted, his score is pretty much the same as Cabochard in terms of contribution to a fight. But man,
he's just creating so much invisible pressure.
The pressure he's exerting.
Bottom lane tier 2 now available to be attacked. Teleport advantage for the SK Prime top laner. Means that Cabochard is forced to defend bot, and Riven has free time up there. There we go. All outer turrets are gone. Easy wave clear for What the Fox. They group their wave up. And now can they make their way in? Alexich defends against Smitty a little bit there. 4-man push. Z's is wearing down this river. Freeze takes a bunch of damage, has to flash away. The Summoner Heal and the Mikhail's all used. Engage from Kick as Cataclysm comes down. Can they find much there? Turret goes down. The burst comes across. Riven has rejoined the fight, and it's the disengage. Forced away by NIP. Voidal now running away in the front lines as well. The re-engage on a Cabochard there. His ulti is already down, and the inhibitor going to be open. SKP going to take 2 inhibs now.
And they have so much team fight left in them. They're going to go out of the base.
Top lane.
And they're looking at that top lane.
3 inhibitors could be available. No Summoners for Freeze. No Mikhail's Crucible up. Zig's ulti, the only major cooldown that NIP really have right now. No flashes at all. No combat summoners at all available for NIP. 2 heals and 4 flashes up for SK Prime.
Can they siege the base? Can they break it? Can they take down NIP? Cracking the base. The super minions are starting to pour in. SKP going for the cut.
Alex, 1 hit from dead. Engage comes on a Cabochard. Smitty J kiting around, gets the shield, and there's the first kill picked up. The top inhibitor turret is gone as well. Smitty gonna re-engage and look for more.
Oh, Voidal gets caught.
Voidal goes down as well. This is gonna be the game. SK Prime with a comeback victory in game 3. They're moving into the finals. They're gonna be in the LCS promotion tournament, and NIP had better win their next series if they want a shot.
If Alexich wants any chance of getting back into the LCS, he has to make a statement in the 3rd, 4th place match, because SKP made one today. They said, NIP, we beat you in the finals, we beat H2K, and we beat you again. It was not a fluke, and they are the best team in the EU Challenger at this moment.
I really believe it, man. This SK Prime squad are sharp. Smitty is able to come back from 0-4, 0-3, whatever it is, but that guy plays Riven and he split pushes and he gets level advantages on you. He's been great. What the Fox showed up really well, and Kikis made good things happen as well.
Yeah, you cannot shut down Smitty. You shut him down in the early game, he still just shows up late game. He's like, hey, look what I've been doing all game, farming, and now I'm more powerful than you. And his contribution to the team fights as an AoE threat was immense. And the fact that they had Braum on their side, which was actually something that, you know, I fluked on it first, but then it actually came back.
Yeah.
A really good thing, because the Unbreakable absorbs so much damage for his team.
Yeah.
The fact that Zaitan is the only real tank on the team, I mean, Kikis gets to that point later on. But the fact they have 3 threats is really big for the SKP lineup.
Yeah, and honestly, Smitty ended up that game about 4,000 gold above Cabochard. This is a lane where like 3 kills in a row went NIP's way top lane. And you're like, all right, Maokai's set up. He's not dying anymore. This is over. And Smitty found a way to get back in on this one. This is a team that just alpha striked the Maokai. Like the really big fight that won it was when they set up for Dragon and NIP went for that mid lane, the mid lane tier 2, and they get the turret.
They got the Glacial Fissure.
On one person. All they do is knock up Alex Ich, but they're like, but Cabochard's right here. Xerath stun, entire team goes for him, and they basically one-shot the tankiest member on the team and clean up from there. The agility on that team, the range CC, the ability to pick people off, absolutely great by SK Prime. Their willingness to fight in fights, I didn't think they could win, but they did. Removing people from the battle and then breaking through the rest of that lineup.
So our theories here are actually proving pretty true. Freeze died 1 time, and IP lost. He's 4-1 and 4. If Freeze dies, they lose. Even if he dies twice, they lose. He dies once, they lose. What the Fox, 5-0-8. If he doesn't die, they win. Same story here. He didn't die in either of their victories.
To be fair, that's some correlation causation mix-ups there. I feel like winning helps cause you to not lose any kills.
Or does not losing or dying.
I mean, to be fair, if you never give up any kills, it's very hard to lose the game. But
that's true.
I feel it's a little column A, a little column B. But hey, things to look out. They gave Lulux Lee Sin. He ganked like a madman early game, started out 3-0. They still came back in team fights. Maokai was given away first pick. They beat a Maokai in team fights as well. So you're seeing some of this get beat up. Actually, as I think about it, Lee Sin, of course, not the best team fighter. And so maybe that was also an intentional bait, is when we get into the real 5-on-5s, he's not going to be tanky. He's not going to be useful.
Yeah, Lulux had a lot of contribution in the early game, but he ends the game 4-7-6 with the most deaths on his team. He tried to make a lot of hero plays to get his team back into it, but he can't top. And we were talking about in this matchup of NIP versus SKP, top lane should not be your focus. Camp it once, but then go mid, free up Alex to roam, or go bottom, get your hyper carry going.
True.
And I think Lulux spent too much time top, and it didn't pay off in the late game.
Yeah, I'm also surprised by Alex going for Ziggs all 3 games. He's a big assassin-y player, wants to be in your face. The Ziggs supportive style. I mean, if they wanted to free up his lane to not require attention, that worked. But Ziggs, I still feel like not the best Alex champion, but I guess we'll see as time goes on. We will see these guys in best of 5 tomorrow either way, so we'll see what happens. But our first semifinal match is completed. Let's check out the updated bracket. With the victory, SK Gaming Prime advances to the summer finals to face the winner of today's other best of 3 matchup. That's going to be live on the LCS stage in Cologne, that final. And
Ninjas in Pyjamas have one more shot at making it to the Spring Promotion Tournament. They will have to battle for their lives tomorrow in the 3rd place match, also on the LCS stage.
So today's playoff games do not end here. After the break, H2K Gaming and Unicorns of Love do battle in our next best of 3. Don't go anywhere. That series starts right after this. Still on the chase. Q is up in about 2 seconds. There's a jump on in, kicks him into the wall, gets the Q, gets the kill, double kill Lulux, and you just gave the Lee Sin main Lee Sin. There's going to be the knockup. The engage comes in, but they've got to be real careful on this one. There's the Cataclysm. There's the Maokai ult as well, and maybe that's enough damage. No, Cabochard on the front line. Ulti is in the middle of everybody here, and he's going to get a shutdown into Corki. They trade back on a Lulux now. Zaitan,
it's a bloody fight.
There's the flash. Freeze is still largely untouched. Engage comes on a Cabochard. Smitty J kiting around, gets the shield, and there's the first kill picked up. The top inhibitor turret is gone as well. Smitty going to re-engage and look for more.
Oh, Voidal gets caught.
Voidal goes down as well.